Hola, Tarik.
Hola, Salvador, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, muy bien.
Todavía estamos
Bien.
en la sesión de prácticas para que estemos todos juntos.
Vale.
Merhabalar.
Salkan Bey, merhabalar.
Merhabalar.
Sorun yaşamıyorsunuz herhalde.
Şu anda bir problem yok.
Görüntü, ses,
sunum,
her şey tamam.
ben bir paylaşım yapmak istiyorum. Share screen butonuyla.
Evet.
Bilmem olacak mı? Host disabled participant screen sharing diyor ama.
Şimdi ben size onayları verdim. Bu sayede yapabiliyorsunuz.
Tamam. Görebiliyor musunuz Tarık Bey?
Hayır, şu anda göremiyorum.
Şu anda görüyor olmalısınız diye umuyorum.
Yok.
Öyle mi? Tamam. Şimdi oldu herhalde.
Evet, şimdi görebiliyorum.
Sayfa değişimleri.
Evet.
Şöyle. Evet, sorun yok herhalde anladığım kadarıyla.
What is the order, Tarik?
Perdón.
¿Cuál es el orden de presentación?
Primero va a ser la apertura por la cámara.
Hello, can you see?
Hello. I will speak in English, okay? For everyone. First of all, the presidency of our chamber will make the opening, and next will be the investment office. Later, Mafre, Roca, Ansiat, and Mr. Ali Olgoceylan.
Okay.
Sorry Tarık. Am I at the first rank for the webinar?
The second.
Second, okay.
After investment office.
Okay.
Tarik, maybe after my presentation, maybe I will have to leave. I have another meeting as well.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry for that. Today I have everything piled up one after
Okay,
the
no problem. It's okay.
Ay. Ve aşiş oldu mu? Biraz dizi mi?
Önemli değil.
Are we testing our screens or direct?
I am stopped. I have stopped the screen share. Should I again share my screen?
When I give you the permission for sharing the screen, yes. But right now I'm the host. So
Okay.
when someone starts for the presentation, I will give the permission.
How many people is going to be attending, you think, Tarik?
Sorry?
How many people will attend? Do you know the people attending?
Between 30-35 people for now.
Okay. So are we testing our screens or?
Mr. Olgu, for example, now you can make a screen share.
Now can you see my presentation page?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so can you see full screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's my presentation then there's no problem about that.
Oh, we can see everything.
Okay, perfect.
You want to try my Tariq as well?
Okay, Salvador, if you want to test it.
Yes, okay. Okay. Share. Can you see?
Yes.
Mhm.
And now, full screen?
Perfect.
Now.
Is it good, no?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So,
So, Mr. Salvador, you don't see my presentation, huh?
I will try to stay. I have one meeting.
I will send you later, okay?
Yes. Actually, you're in Antalya, no? I think.
Sorry?
You are in Antalya, no? Even the wrong.
Yeah, and now I'm in Antalya.
I have plans to come to Antalya. I will come. I don't know when, but before end of summer, I will come to Antalya. I will let you know if you want.
Yeah, okay. Seriously, I want you to see the presentation. Really, I would like to send you later because I think it will be interesting for Roca.
Okay.
There are lots of projects. Maybe you will be include them. I don't know. Yeah, we will talk later. But
I don't know if you want. Text me your phone number if you have, or send me your phone number, and we call you. We have one person in the company just dealing with architect relationships. So we can call you together with her. I mean, you are in Antalya. It's not so easy to come to Antalya, but we can call you with her, and when I come, I can visit you. So for sure, we can do something. We're interested.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm in Antalya, but I have lots. I visit a lot to Istanbul also because we have projects there. Okay. So I'm sure that we can arrange a meeting. But it's good to share. I'm hoping to see your presentation, and I think we have common things. And
mine is boring. It's a lot of numbers.
No, I'm sure that it will be perfect.
Mr. Ceylan, are you currently in Antalya?
Yeah. I live in Antalya. Our company is in Antalya, actually, but we have projects in different cities. I will also show in this presentation, but mostly in Antalya.
Okay.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So I think we are all here.
We are waiting for Mr. Ercan. Okay, he is here too.
Yes.
So if you're all ready, we can start.
Well, let's wait a bit, I think, because it's not 11 yet.
Yes.
Mr. Tarık wants to finish rapidly, no?
No, I just, like, you're all here, so I didn't realize the time.
Will you hear me? Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you.
How are you?
Fine. How is Antalya? Very hot?
Very hot. Nearly 45 centigrade.
45?
Really hot.
Really? Wow.
Really, it's
impossible. And what about Madrid, Mr. Tarık? What about Madrid?
Madrid is nice. I mean, the weather is nice. The night is breezy, so I can't complain. It's for the moment, it's a nice summer, but we'll see. In August, we'll see.
It's the most important thing. We have some fresh air in the night.
Yes. So,
both me and Mr. Ercan would like to live in Madrid right now, no? Because it's almost impossible to stay outside now.
But we don't have sea, so I don't know if you still prefer.
Okay.
You can come to Barcelona.
Yeah,
maybe. Alternative.
How are you, Salva? Everything's fine?
Good. I'm in Istanbul. Everything is fine. I got my shot yesterday. I'm a bit dizzy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Happy, at least we have the vaccination.
Okay.
Weather in Istanbul, Mr. Lopez?
Very sunny. It's very clear, and it's 27 degrees in Sarıyer.
Better than Antalya.
Than Antalya, yes. Actually, I always try to travel to Antalya in winter time and travel to Kars and to Erzurum in summertime. Otherwise, it's
Good
very
idea.
All right.
So if you would allow us, we'll wait 2 minutes more, and then we start.
Sure.
Sure.
Will there be Q&A, Tariq? Probably
Sorry?
yes.
Sorry?
Will there be a Q&A, question and answers?
Yes.
Of course.
I will try to stay as much as possible.
Okay, so shall we start?
Okay.
So good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank our panelists, which are with us today from different parts of Turkey, and we, Tarık and I, from Madrid, joining you. Today, as the Chamber of Commerce of Turkish and Spanish Chamber of Commerce, we would like to organize a webinar about the construction sector in Turkey. We thank Mr. Olgu Ceylan for the idea, coming up with the idea, and also Mapfre and Roga for joining us in this, and also Ansiyat, Antalya Sanayi İşletme Derneği. My colleague Mert Avcı is from the Investment Office, the Presidency of the Investment Office of Turkey. We will talk about different features of the construction sector in Turkey. And after the presentations, feel free to write your questions and we will propose them to the appropriate panelists. Just a few information about the Chamber of Turkish-Spanish Chamber of Commerce, which I'm one of the founders and the board member. We have established a chamber in 2011. It's an NGO which is established to increase the relations between Spain and Turkey, to create a networking and that the companies can interact among each other. I think we're on the right path. As of today, we have around 110 members, and we organize these kind of seminars, which is really making us happy. Our members are coming with new ideas. So please feel free to join us, which are not the ones which are not still member. We're becoming stronger. The more we are, the stronger we are. So I give the word to Mr. Mert Avcı for the first introduction, for the first presentation, and thank you all for your contribution.
Thank you, Yasemin Hanım. My presentation will be about general investment climate of Turkey, and at the end I will mention about general information about construction sector in Turkey. These are the 10 different pillars that shape the investment climate in Turkey: macroeconomy, domestic accessible markets, strategic location of Turkey, favorable demographics, young population, dynamic population of Turkey, skilled workforce, continuous reform process, business friendliness, lucrative incentives, benign R&D ecosystem, and sectoral opportunities. I will not go into detail of the incentives and R&D ecosystem because it's irrelevant with the construction sector. And Turkey was 18th largest economy in 2003 and become number 11 at 2020 at GDP at purchasing power parity. And Turkey recorded 5.1 annual GDP growth between 2002 and 2020, and higher than the peer countries, which are the more mainly competitive countries for potential FDI projects of Turkey, like Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Czechia, and Hungary. And in terms of real GDP growth, Turkey is at number 2 in the OECD countries with the recorded economic growth. And in the last 18 years, the Turkish economy more than tripled. And main contributors are the domestic consumption, investment expenditures, and the exports. And with the result of that growth, GDP per capita increased from $11,000 to $30,000 in the 18 years. And as an example of that, number of stock of automobiles in 2002 was 4.6 million, reached to 13.1 million in 2020. And Turkey's total population is 84 million, and there are 24 urban centers with population over 1 million. And in an investment in Turkey, there's an free access to almost 1 billion consumers. Turkey has a customs union agreement with the European Union, and there's 446 million consumers in Europe, and Turkey has a free trade agreement with 28 countries, and there are 457 million consumers in there. And if we add also the domestic market of Turkey, it becomes 1 million consumers with a free access. On a typical workday between 9 to 6, there's a chance to collaborate between 16 time zones. And with a 4-hour flight distance, there's a chance to reach 1.3 billion people and 26 trillion GDP in Europe, MENA, and Central Asia regions. And Turkish Airlines also an important contributor to this connectivity, with flying to 323 destinations in 127 countries. Turkey is also a manufacturing and export and also management hub for multinational companies. For example, Toyota is exporting 85% of its production, and for this exporting 77% of its productions. And Bosch managing 89 countries in Turkey, from Turkey, and GE Healthcare also managing 80 countries from Turkey. And the number of exports increased from 36 billion to 170 billion between 2010 and 2020, and become more diversified. For example, European Union's share decreased from 57 to 50%, and Middle East and Africa's share increased from 14 to 27%. Number of export products over $1 billion reached to 39 products, and Turkey's overall export of the goods become almost 1% of the total export goods in Turkey. Turkey has a young and dynamic population, which half of the population is under age of 33.7 years. And in the next years, working age population will be increase when the Europe's share will decrease. And on the total dependency ratio, Turkey will stay relatively low, with the ratio of unable to work in the age and able to work with the age of between 15 and 64. And annual number of graduates from universities, both and vocational technical high school, increased in this 18 years. And university graduates in 2003 was 10% of the total labor force, now becomes 27.5% in 2020. And also availability of qualified engineers and senior managers are more available when compared with the peer countries. And also labor cost and the remuneration is competitive with the peer countries. Turkey recorded major reforms in this last 20 years. In 2003, a new FTI law established, which allowed foreign investors to have same rights and liabilities with Turkish investors in Turkey. And 2006, Investment Office, our institution, established. And lately, in 2020 and 2019, ease of doing business reforms packages announced, and we will see the results of that in this slide. Number of days to set up a company in Turkey is 7 days in 2020, and it's down from 38 days in 2002. And Turkey is at number 33 in the ease of doing business rankings. And with this reform packages, it's climbed from 16th place in 2018 to 33 place in 2020. And on FDI regulatory restrictiveness, Turkey is more close to FDI with the degree of 1.0459, which is down from the 0.283 in 2003. As we mentioned, foreign direct investment law established, and Turkey has bilateral investment protection treaties with 82 countries, and treaties do avoid double taxation with 86 countries. And also in terms of tax, Turkey is also a competitive country. And these are the sectoral opportunities. I will only mention about the infrastructure, which is related to construction sector. And between 2003 and 2020, total worth of public-private partnerships worth $156 billion, and there are more opportunities in transport like bridges, highways, and energy sector, and health sector, which is mainly city hospitals project. And with the result of that reforms and growth, FDI inflows to Turkey was between 1973 and 2002 was only $15 billion, and between 2003 and 2020, it's reached to $25 billion, and number of foreign companies increased from 5,000 to 73,000. And Euro has the highest share in the geographic breakdown on the investments, and it's followed by the Asia with 18%, and followed by USA with 8%. Finance was the most attractive sector for international investors, and followed by manufacturing with 24.2%. Construction sector share is 3.2%. In 2020, construction sector share from GDP was 5.4, and but construction sector showed decreased by 3.5 in 2020, and construction sector was also same in the Q1 of 2021 as 5.4 share of the total GDP. Real estate activities share was 6.2 of the total GDP, but in 2020, share of the real estate activities increased by 2.6, and in the first quarter of 2021, the share of the real estate activities was 6.1, and total employment of construction sector in Turkey as of April 2021 is 1.7 million, which is 6.2% of the total employment. And there are 44 companies in the ENR 2050 list, and Turkey is second in the list in terms of the total companies after China. And in the last years, growth in the construction sector is fluctuating. Downsizing started at Q3 of 2018, continued until Q3 of 2020. And in 2020, Q3 sector increased by 4.7%, but at next quarter showed a sharp decrease with 12.5 decrease. Mainly construction sector and the economy growth in Turkey showed a parallel positive relationship, but this relationship decoupled in last 2 years. For example, in 2020, GDP increased by 1.8 and but construction sector decreased by 3.5%. And also in the first quarter of 2021, this trend continued. The economy recorded a 7% growth, while construction sector also recorded a growth, but a limited growth with 2.8%. But when compared to Europe, Turkey recorded expansion while Germany, Spain, and the UK slowly lost paces for mainly UK because of the Brexit. As companies decided to relocate their headquarters and factories to EU member states. And on a forecast by Euromonitor, Turkey is expected to see the largest absolute growth between the years 2019 and 2030 by the massive infrastructure projects, commercial construction, and property price rises. And construction expenditures increased by 17.2% and recorded 161.8 billion Turkish lira in the first quarter of 2021 when compared with the quarter one of the 2020, but remained under the last 2 quarters of the previous years. And also, I will lastly mention about the residential market. In 2020, despite pandemic, residential sales increased from 1.35 million to 1.5 million. Mortgage sales increased massively by 72% with the help of low mortgage rates by public lenders until the late August, and sales to foreigners decreased slightly by 10% from 45,000 to 40,000. As we mentioned, in 2020 there were 1.5 million residential unit sales, and Istanbul recorded 265,000 sales with almost 18% share of the total share. Then Istanbul followed by Ankara and Izmir. In the last 7 years, more than 10 million units sold in Turkey, 10.6 million, and according to Turkstat figures, Istanbul is at the top with almost 2 million sales, and followed by Ankara, Izmir, Antalya, and Bursa. One opportunity is in the residential market is the urban transformation. In the next 20 years, it's expected 6.5 million approximately are expected to be renewed with almost a budget $400 billion. And private sector contribution is at the highest level to this urban transformation. And to house sales to foreigners, there are 2 important dynamics. First one is in 2012, reciprocity law established in Turkey, which allowed international investors to buy a residential unit in Turkey. The second one is acquiring a real estate worth minimum of $250,000 can earn a Turkish citizenship. And with the effect of this, total sales to foreigners become 220,000 between 2013 and 2020. Maybe it can be relatively small when compared with the 10 million sales of the last 7 years, but in 2020, real estate FDI to Turkey was $4.4 billion, and which is 57% of the total FDI. In these 7 years, Istanbul was the most preferred city with 83,000 sales, and followed by Antalya with 51,000 sales. And house sales to foreigners reached its peak in 2019 with 45,000 residential unit sales. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Now we can pass to the second presentation, which is from Mr. Serkan Emecan in the name of MAPFRE Genel Sigorta. They are very active in the construction sector, ensuring the construction sector in Turkey. So we are very interested to hear your views in that respect.
Thank you very much, Ms. Yasemin Körükçü. I hope you can see my screen very clearly. Okay. Thank you in advance for the invitation and for all to the participants. I am Serkan Emecan. I am the Director of Industrial Risk Insurances in MAPFRE Sigorta, MAPFRE Turkey. I'm actually a civil engineer, but I am working for about 20 years in insurance sector. Today, I am going to introduce very briefly 3 topics. First of all, I am going to discuss about MAPFRE Group in general and MAPFRE Sigorta itself. And then I will explain some issues about construction sector very briefly, very summarized. And then I will talk about the construction insurances again very briefly and summarized section. First of all, MAPFRE Group, who we are, who is MAPFRE? MAPFRE is a global insurance company which is founded in 1933. And our group is operating in 4 lines, in insurance, in reinsurance, in assistance services, and in financial services worldwide. And as an insurance group, it is the largest one in Spain. In Europe and America, we have also offices in other countries. We have around 40,000 employees. We serve to more than 30 million customers. And worldwide, we have around 5,000 offices. And with our expertises, we provide competitive solutions to meet all kinds of needs of our customers. And in general, MAPFRE Sigorta, who is MAPFRE Sigorta, with its former name, Türkiye İnşaat Sektörü, our company is established in 1948. And in 2007, MAPFRE Spain has acquired 80% of Türkiye İnşaat Sektörü. And afterwards, 2 years later, almost 100% of the company has owned by MAPFRE Group, and our new title has become MAPFRE Genel Sigorta. And finally, in 2016, our latest title has become MAPFRE Sigorta, only MAPFRE Sigorta. We have around 2,000, more than 2,000 distribution channels, which are our brokers, which are our agencies, and also some bank insurance relationships. And we serve in all types of insurance branches. We have many regional offices. We have directorates in different cities of Turkey, especially in the capital city, Ankara, in other larger cities like Izmir, like Bursa, Antalya, Adana, etc. And we have also another offices in different cities also. Briefly moving to construction industry in Turkey, I can say, and as you are, you all very well know, construction is the leading sector, industry in Turkey. And it is the most challenging and rapidly evolving sector of the country. The growing Turkish construction companies have expanded to many countries in the world, to different countries. But in the first three rank in terms of the investments, we see the largest one as Russia, Romania, and Kazakhstan. But as I said, Turkish construction companies are very much active in Africa, in Middle Asia, in Far East, in Middle East, in Europe, in different countries. And during my preparation last week for this meeting, I have also seen some very interesting numbers, which are very huge, and it was a wonder to me. To date, as of today, the Turkish construction industry has completed more than 10,000 projects worldwide, and the volume has reached to more than $400 billion. And the Turkish insurance construction companies are active in more than 100 countries worldwide. By the way, there are 150 construction companies totally. There are nearly 300,000 civil engineers and 1.7 million employees in the construction sector in Turkey. And coming forward to engineering insurance, I wish to introduce you very briefly what does engineering insurance means. In general, engineering insurances have two general lines, which are called as construction all risk or erection all risk insurance. This is the project insurances. And it is covering construction and erection project period against different types of risks. And the second line can be called as machinery and or electronic equipment insurance, which is covering all types of machineries, equipments in different sectors. We can say in textile, in power plants, in solar power plants, wind power plants, in medical sector, in heavy industries, etc. And as I said before, we can classify engineering insurance in two lines, which is valid only during the project period, and the second line is valid annually. It can be renewed after the expiration date, but project insurances, which is called construction and erection insurances, cannot be renewed. It will expire if the project will be completed totally. Very summarized info for you. I can say that construction insurance coverages begins right after the site installations, site buildings installations, or the site equipment installations, and will end up at the provisional acceptance, which is given by the principal of the project, or which is given by the owner of the project. And there is also a guarantee period, which is called maintenance period. And this will end up at the final acceptance, which is given again by the principal, by the owner of the project. And this graphic shows how construction insurance sector in Turkey is handled. We have many distribution channels, and these are the agencies and the brokers, as I said, and the majority of the construction insurance sector is managed by the agencies. Around 75% of this operation is managed by agencies, and these agencies are acting on behalf of the insurance companies. The rest, 20% of the rest, is managed by the brokers, which are acting on behalf of the clients, on behalf of the customers. And there is also a bank insurance channels, which have a minor share with around 3-4%. And these channels are serving mostly individual insurance lines. And specifically, Mafra Sigorta's competitiveness and abilities, we can say in terms of the premium income and in terms of the market share in construction insurances, we have always been at the top one in the last 5 years. In terms of the premium production, around 80-85 million Turkish lira we have produced annually in construction insurances specifically. And in terms of the market share, we have always been higher than 10% among around 50 or 55 insurance companies in Turkey. And our way of doing business can be classified such that we have a team having a very large expertise in assessing all types of project risks. And we cover specific engineering risk classes such as construction of power plants, construction of dams, heavy industries, major heavy civil engineering projects like underground metro projects, airport, highway, railway projects, harbor construction projects, etc. And our service on construction, all this portfolio is such that we provide tailored based offers to suit all the needs of each individual risk. So we provide solutions to all types of projects around the world and in Turkey also. And where we are as Mapfre Sigorta, as I said before, we have issued many policies worldwide, overseas and locally. We had issued policies in Russia, in Kazakhstan, in Middle East, in Africa, especially in North Africa, in Far East, in Europe, in different countries. And the way of doing our business in Turkey is such that the clients are delivering their requests to the distribution channels, which are the brokers and agencies or bank channels. These distribution channels approach to our company, to the marketing team firstly, or to the bank assurance departments. And these marketing guys are delivering the requests of the clients to the underwriters, to the risk analysts, so that the underwriters, we as underwriters, are preparing our proposals and submit to our clients. And I have also introduced for your info some of our prestigious and important projects, both locally and domestic, overseas. For example, you can very well know the Gebze-Halkalı Railway line. The total sum insured was more than $1 billion dollars. Which is connecting both sides of Istanbul, Asia side and European side. We have also issued the policies for many underground metro lines. For example, Mecidiyeköy Mahmut Bey metro project, which is located in the European part of Istanbul. And the total sum insured was nearly 900 million Turkish lira. We have also issued the policy of Bakırköy-Kirazlı Metro. The total sum insured was nearly 250 million euros. We have also abroad projects. We have issued the policy of Sembol Construction, who has undertaken the Astana Railway station project. Also, currently, a few weeks ago, we have issued the policy of Yapı Merkezi, which is undertaking the railway tunneling project in Slovenia. And the sum insured was $650 million. You know very well the important client, Cengiz. And Cengiz Construction company has constructed the Kalehan Dam, which is in the western Anatolian part of Turkey, and the total sum insured was around $400 million. Tekfen is one of our most important clients. Almost all of the projects of Tekfen are issued by Mafre Sigorta, is covered by Mafre Sigorta. And this picture is a snapshot of Tekfen's Qatar highway project. The name of the project was El Khor project, and the total sum insured is more than $2 billion. It is still going on. I think it will be completed at the end of this year. As I said before, we have issued many policies for many metro lines. Bostancı-Dudullu metro project is also covered by Mafre Sigorta. It is still ongoing and will be completed nearly next year. And the total sum insured was around 550 million euros. And in general, Mafre Sigorta has very, very important clients and serve to Turkey's largest 500 industrial companies with the aid of Mafre Global Risk Unit in global businesses. You can see also the small pictures of some projects which we have covered during the times. And afterwards, after these projects have been completed, we have also issued the operational period insurances of these projects. For example, Eurasia Tunnel, Gebze-İzmir motorway project. We had issued the operational period insurance of this project. Third Bridge, Marmaray project, etc. These global businesses are handled with the aid, with the support of our Mafre Global Risk Unit in Spain, in Madrid. And that's all what I have prepared. Thank you again for your patience. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you so much for this really interesting presentation. It's very pleasing to see Mafre being so much involved in mega projects in Turkey.
Yes, yes, we are honored for this.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I would like to give the floor to Salvador Lopez, which is Spanish by nation, but Turkish by heart, I imagine.
Hello. Yes. Thank you, Yasmin.
Hi. So he's representing Roca in Turkey, and they have some investments in Turkey and very interesting insight as well. So
okay.
The floor is yours, Salvador.
Maybe let me share the screen. I don't know if I can be the host or. Okay, now I can do it. Yes. 1 second. I think you can see. Everybody can see. Okay. Thank you, Semin. And we are honored to be part of the Chamber of Commerce, to this Spanish Chamber of Commerce. We are together for many years, and we are also very happy to be in this panel. A lot of things have already been said. Maybe I might repeat myself a little bit, but let me give you a little bit a summarized view of the sector in Turkey and our part in the sector. So we are Roca Sanitario, and later I will explain in more detail what is our company. We will see our view of the sector, the supply of the sector, what is the supply in terms of building, the growth, potential growth and process in Turkey. I made a short analysis of the sector. We can share it. Nothing is so right or wrong, but we can discuss it if you want. I will explain to you. And then I will explain to you what is Roca Turkey, Roca and Roca in Turkey. So about the sector and about the overview, I can say that the construction sector is one of the drivers of the Turkish economy. As it's already said, it accounts for a big part of the GDP. It has 2 million people directly working in the sector. But if you count not only the construction sector, but also the sector I represent, which is building material sector in Turkey, the share is much, much bigger. No? Turkey is actually a strong powerhouse in terms of building materials and in terms of all kinds of materials for construction. So that's why the share of the sector is not only the building part, but also all the suppliers to this sector. No? As it's already said, there is around 150,000 building companies in Turkey. It's a lot. In Turkey last year, 1.5 million houses were sold. It's a big number. It's an improvement from the previous years. There is around 6,000 foreign companies in the construction sector, in the building sector, as May 2021. As it already said, there is some part of the sales that are to foreigners. 45,000 people in 2019, a bit lower last year, but there is definitely an interest for foreigners to buy houses in Turkey. We see this as a driving force of the sector. No? Also, there is this part that I already mentioned before about the Kentsel Dönüşüm projects. These urban renovation projects. There is, as far as we know, 600,000 buildings that have this right to become inside this Kentsel Dönüşüm, which is actually a very clever way the government has to incentivize the improvement of the buildings and also to help the construction companies to keep going on in their business. In terms of supply, when we look into the building permits in the first 3 months of the year against last year, we see that there has been an improvement in the number of buildings compared to last year, the first 3 months, the area of the buildings, the value of the buildings, and the number of dwelling units. So we see that this is a positive trend of the sector. The last 2 years have been a little bit low, but as it is already said, we think that in the future, in the next years, the sector will again pick up and reach previous pandemic levels and probably more. In terms of houses statistics, already has been said, but 1.5 million houses have been sold out. I think interesting part for us is that almost 600,000 have been through mortgages. It means that there is an active mortgage sector. The interest rates, of course, last year were good at some point, then not so good. But we see that when the interest rates are improving, immediately the sector reactivates and there is a growth there. No? A part of it is new houses. Around 469,000 of the transactions are newly built houses. The rest is second-hand houses. For us, as building material suppliers, we have business with both sides. So when a house is also sold as second-hand, there is always some inside renovation, and this also brings up our retail sales, which sometimes is even more profitable than the project sales. No? So in that regard, the last years in Turkey, the project sales have been a little bit lower in building materials, but the retail sales have picked up, and we are actually quite happy with the sales volume we have today. In terms of international projects, is already mentioned too, but I think this is a very critical point about Turkey. It has a very strong construction sector that is very internationalized. As it's already said, Turkey now is the second country in this engineering ranking. It has 44 companies inside this ranking. Some of them are very big, like Renaissance Holding, Alarco, Limac, Colin, TAP, Cengiz İnşaat, Gap İnşaat. These are really very important companies that do business not only in Turkey but everywhere in the world, no? And especially as it's already said in Russia, in the Turkish Republic, Northern Africa. These are construction projects that for European companies are not easy to supply to because European companies are not so active in Africa or in Central Asia. And we see also that these contractors, these Turkish contractors, they still prefer and they want to source materials from Turkey. So for us being here is also an advantage because we can supply these companies whenever they are making a building in Kazakhstan or in Russia or in Northern Africa, as they are asking building material from Turkey. Even if we are a foreign company, we have the chance to supply to them. And we have from Roca Turkey made some projects with these companies in other countries like Kazakhstan, like Russia. So this is also for me an important part of being in Turkey as a building material producer, no? as a bathroom product producer. In terms of growth, we discussed already the market and the building companies, the contractors, but the public sector is also very active, and we have had an immense amount of investment done in the country in the last years. We have also benefited from many of these projects. We have been supplying hospitals in Turkey, airports in Turkey. Now, if you want to speak about the mega projects that are on the pipeline, as far as we see, the airport of Turkey is already finished. It's one of the biggest airports in the world, maybe the biggest in the world right now. And now there is the Istanbul Financial Center being built in the Asian side of Istanbul. This is actually a very important project that again, is a product that can be supplied only because you are in Turkey. There is this huge Çanakkale Bridge, that this will be the fourth bridge on the Bosphorus. I think one of, maybe they know better, but one of the longest in the world. And of course, there is the STAR project that now is just starting to be implemented. This Canal Istanbul, which will create basically another waterway in parallel to the Bosphorus, which will be very interesting not only for the channel itself, but also because a lot of land will be reevaluated. There will be new constructions. There will be new dwellings in these areas. So we see that this will also help improve the construction sector once more in the country. And last, this is the city hospitals, a very interesting project. This has been done on a build operation transfer basis in Turkey. There's a lot of them, really important projects. And again, because we are here, we have been able to supply some of these projects from Proca Turkey. I made a little SWOT. It can be, but there is in the strength side, we see that the position of Turkey in the world is very important. As it is said, we can reach everywhere in the world from Istanbul. Turkish Airlines is a very important part of it. It flies everywhere. So it's a really interesting place to be as a center to reach a lot of countries. The population is extremely young compared to the European standards. Still very cost competitive, especially construction that is very cost competitive. There is a very strong building material base. In our sector here, there are really big and good companies, and it's growing day by day. Turkey is becoming a very important country in building materials. It can be tiles, it can be ceramics, it can be all kind of building materials, furniture, appliances even, and has a very active constructor company sector that reach all international countries from here. Of course, there is some weaknesses in Turkey. Not everything is perfect. There is things that can impact the business. The financial crisis have an impact here as well. We have fluctuations in the inflation, in the interest rates. These things happen everywhere, but here too. We have also now, because of the raw material increases, and we feel this very much in our company now, we have incredible raw material increase, even raw material shortages in some materials. There is a cost increase. Making a building today is more expensive than one year ago, and there is still some areas in the sector to improve efficiency and to use more technological solutions. And sometimes we feel also there is a lack of investment in the supply chain, but is improving. We think that a lot more sub-suppliers for us are investing in their companies and helping us grow. Opportunities we already discussed. There is incredible contracting services in Turkey. The geographical situation of the country, the demand of the population is very high. The government is really helping dynamize the sector, and so on. And there is the threats that we have in the financial market, as I said before. Of course, Turkey is a country that has geopolitical uncertainties. It's in a difficult neighborhood. This makes things sometimes difficult, but still is very resilient. It's very resilient. I've been here for almost 20 years now, and the resilience of the economy and the people here is incredible. So you see that it's the end of the war, and 3 months later, it's business as usual. So this is very important for Turkey, I think. And there is sometimes in our sector some pressure on the prices because there is a lot of capacity here in building materials. Sometimes when the exports are not so good, the prices become down, and there is a bit of price war. This is another one of the threats we have. In terms of Proca Turkey, let me tell you about Proca a little bit first. Proca is a family company. It was founded in 1917 in Barcelona. Still today, 100 years later, it's still a family company. And you can see that it's managed according to family values, still for so many years. It's one of the biggest in the bathroom sector in the world. We are the #1 producer of sanitary ware in the world. We have around 40 million pieces capacity, which is huge. We have 83 factories, basically everywhere. We have factories in China, in India, in Egypt. We are leader of the market in India. We're leader of the market in Russia. We're leader of the market in Brazil. we did the market in Europe as a continent itself. So it's really a big company, and we have also, sometimes people doesn't know this, but we have also a lot of brands. No? Sometimes people, they ask, okay, what is Roca? No? We have also different kind of brands. We have Roca brand, Laufen brand, which is a brand that is very important for us. Is located in Switzerland. It's a Swiss brand. We have luxury brands. We have a partnership with Armani. We have Armani Roca brand, and then we have a lot of local brands that we use. We try to use to really fill our channels and generate more business. In Turkey, our local brand is called NSK. So what is the history of Roca in Turkey now? Let me explain you. So Roca started to export to Turkey in the 70s. So very early, started to sell products from Spain to here. Roca had a joint venture here, had a share company here. It lasted for 10 years. After this project, Roca decided to Roca itself, to come to Turkey and make the investment 100% owned by Roca. And in 2016, Roca bought a factory in Eskişehir, a local factory, a very modern factory for the production of faucets. And we have been working on the last 4 years to improve the factory. We have invested more in the factory, and we have made the business grow in Turkey and also in export. Today, we are still exporting a lot of our production. I would say this year, maybe 70-75% of our sales will be exported. The rest will be in the domestic market. And from our factory here, we reach basically all the world. We have exports to Europe, we have exports to US, we have exports to China, even to Japan from the Turkish factory. I think we are very proud of that we can reach so many countries from Turkey. So this is the history. We bought this company. It's around 40,000 square meters with 3 facilities. We produce in this factory faucets. It's a brassware factory, faucet factory. It's 100% owned by Roca. We employ around 350 people today in our facility in Eskişehir. And we have different kind of technologies. This is a bit more technical. We don't need to explain so much, but it's really a very modern factory. And we have invested more than 50 million euros in this factory. And we think that it's probably one of the most modern in Europe, in Turkey, and even in Europe, in terms of capacity, in terms of skills. We're also very happy of our investment in Eskişehir because there is a really strong skill base. Before it was set already, but there is really very capable engineers and very hardworking engineers that you can really find. Not only all Turkey is like that. No? So this is also for us an important part because we really need this kind of a skillful workforce. So as I said, 52 million euros investment. We continue to invest. We think that Turkey is for us an interesting platform for the domestic market and for the export market, to serve the construction companies in Turkey. And we will continue to be here, exporting from here and developing also our domestic market. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Salva. I mean, this is really interesting, the figures you give. We hope to see more investments of Roca, upcoming investments of Roca in Turkey. And you said that we are a foreign brand, even though we are a foreign brand. Once you're established in Turkey, for us, you're a Turkish brand. So there's no escape from that. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Now I would like to give the word to Mr. Ercan Özbek from Antalya Chamber of Commerce. Even though he's dressed in dark colors today, he told that Antalya is 45 degrees. So I'm very interested to hear how things are in Antalya, the construction sector, and his overview about in general. Thank you. The floor is yours. You are in silence mode, so you have to.
We can't hear your voice, Mr. Ercan. The voice, it's on mute, I think.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. As Ms. Korukçu has said, from hot but sunny Antalya. First of all, thank you very much for your kind invitation. Before moving on, let me introduce our association and myself shortly. I am Ercan Özbek, civil engineer, graduated from Istanbul Technical University. Since then, from 2005, from now, I am in construction sector with my own company. Currently, we have a business in both construction and tourism sectors. In parallel, I am a vice president of Antalya Industry and Business People Association, and very happy to this role. Our association, ANSİAD, was established in 1990 by our valuable founding chairman group, and we, as the current board, carrying this flag with our president, Akan Akıncı, and board members. ANSİAD is one of the Turkey's and the region's leading business association with 162 members currently, with the aim of advocating for industries and business people, thereby enhancing their pioneering and entrepreneurial role in the society and working actively to fully realize their sectoral and regional potential by adapting to the modern changing world, ultimately contributing to Turkey's overall economic and social development. And I want to give some data from ANSİAD. According to data from 2019, total turnover of ANSİAD member companies is over 14 billion Turkish liras, and export turnover over $1 billion, and for total employment, 61,210. After this, today I will provide you some information from real estate sector in Antalya and also investment opportunities in Antalya. Let me tell. Turkey's real estate sector, as everybody knows, has been changing and growing rapidly. While Antalya and its periphery have been a center of attraction as a tourism destination for both potential buyers from abroad and Turkey alike, as well as those hoping to rid themselves of the stress of big cities. This has recently made Antalya one of the top choices in residential investment, at the same time considerably increasing the share of sales to foreigners in real estate market. The city is especially being top of the list for those seeking to enjoy both urban living and the nature. That is to say, peace coupled with high quality and living standards and plenty of social activities. According to title deeds, data from General Director of Land Registry and Cadastre, 44,112 flats or houses were sold to foreigners between 2013 and until today. And it means that it's 8 years, last 8 years. According to Central Bank Residential Price Index, Antalya and its periphery are among the top 3 regions in Turkey. In terms of the increase, real estate prices with booming, it's highly good percent, 41%. And then let's have a look investment opportunities in Antalya. Antalya offers a modern infrastructure supportive to investment by both domestic and foreign investors. It ranks the 7th in the list of highest developed provinces in Turkey and 4th in the global list of destinations attracting the highest number of domestic and foreign visitors. Antalya can be reached by air, road, and the sea. 4 alternative land routes lead to the city. Antalya Airport is a busy air transportation hub with an aircraft landing every 2 minutes through the summer season. The city welcomed 13 million tourists in 2010, though 2020 figures remained far below due to pandemic reasons, as everybody knows. As a province well known for its agricultural production, Antalya leads the way in developing agricultural technology, locating on the fertile Antalya Plain, Anatolia's land of abundance. The province has an important place in Turkey's agriculture, enjoy a huge agricultural potential with a very favorable geographical position, topography, and also climate. Suitable for growing almost all kinds of agricultural products, 1/5 of province's total surface area is dedicated to agricultural production. Antalya is also blessed with very favorable conditions for greenhouse production, also tropical plants and fruits as well, livestock breeding, beekeeping, and aquaculture production. As far as tourism investors are concerned, Antalya is among the top few cities that come to mind the first choice, with lots of sights to see and myriad of activities to do. Antalya offers a highly diverse tourism portfolio, thanks to its unparalleled advantages when it comes to golf tourism, congress tourism, faith tourism, mountain and nature sports, skiing, water sports, and caving. Antalya tops the list of cities in terms of numbers of domestic and foreign tourists visiting for health tourism, which is now the growing trend around the world, also in Antalya. And according to data from Antalya Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in the year 2020, 449 foreign investors registered the chamber and began commercial activity, bringing the total number of registered foreign investors to 4,197 as today. In 2020, the highest number of investors were from Iran with 82 firms. The second one is Russia with 63, and the third one is Germany with 55 new investors. The top three sectors foreign investors invested in were construction is the first sector, and then real estate and the trading of agricultural products, with 33 firms that started commercial activity in each, followed by 27 companies in the restaurant, entertainment and food and beverage business, and 25 companies in the IT sector. As you see, there is no Spain in the top of the list in Antalya. That is, I asked my colleagues to check the figures investors from Spain. And right now, we have noted that approximately 600 Spanish investors in 2020 overall in Turkey, but unfortunately just 3 investors in Antalya. So maybe it is time for Spain to check the opportunities in Antalya. And you are welcome to see our city and meet with us. Hopefully after this pandemic situation, we have a chance to be here as a physical. Thank you for listening to me and wish you all good time. See you, bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I think you pointed out something really good. Spanish investors all around Turkey are less than compared to their competitors from France, Italy, and not a competitor, but from Germany as well. So it's our aim from the investment office as well to increase their number. And thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah, welcome.
And the last word goes to Mr. Olgu Ceylan. And he's an architect, and he's one of the person who came with the idea of this webinar. So we are very interested to listen to his views about Antalya and the construction sector in general in Turkey.
Thank you, Ms. Yasemin. I'm sharing my screen. Can you see now? Can you see it? Okay, perfect. So first of all, I would like to thank all the participants to their interesting presentations. Also, I would like to thank our hosts, Cámara de Comercio Hispano-Turca, and the Investment Office of the Presidency of Turkey, Turkish Republic. I will try to present construction sector in an architectural aspect because of that. As you know, I'm architect. From the beginning of Turkish Republic, modern cities, dwellings were designed and constructed by the government and special corporations, and still have lots of opportunities for contractors, designers, architects, and investors according to economic growth and great construction knowledge. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Ali Olgu Ceylan. I'm the founder of AOC Architecture, which mostly focus on construction, and also managing partner of RAM Mimarlık, RAM Architects, which mostly focus on architecture, design, and interior design. both companies take part on architecture and construction business in Turkey. So Turkish economy is still growing, and two sectors are taking an important role, I think, in it. Construction and tourism sectors take part in the economy, but especially after 1980s, new laws and encouragements developed, they really increased their mode in Turkish economy. So this presentation is about how these two sectors affect each other and how the cities are developed according to them. As I told you, after 1980s, developers and investors designed new hotels and leisure areas nearby the coast of Turkey and in the important parts such as Antalya, Muğla, Izmir, and Istanbul. The cities get developed. This development also causes growing of construction business. So as you see in the two graphics, both construction and tourism sector increased their contribution to Turkish economy by years. Now almost 25% of economy is leading by tourism and construction sectors. But especially two cities separated from the others, Istanbul and Antalya. In 2019, Istanbul ranked 8th most visited and Antalya ranked 10th most visited cities in the world. This was a new record. Besides magnificent Istanbul, Antalya is a rising star, and each year more people come and visit this beautiful coast. You know, I'm from Antalya because of that. I have to say that. But the main topic is how is affected to the city and economy in Turkey. This is how the city of Antalya grows by years. Because of economic conditions prevented by tourism and construction sectors, there was a huge migration from different cities and different countries. As a result, the city growth, but new residential, educational, leisure, sports, and commercial areas are needed to design. Each year, more areas are designed and constructed by companies, special corporations, and infrastructure are built by governments, also private corporations. The city of Antalya increased incredibly. After 1980s, the population increased 300%. So the city grew from east to west, but finally after 2000s, the city grew to the north, and new city planned on the north side of the city. So this is north side of the city named Döşemealtı. It started to grow after 2000s. New housing projects planned and lots of residential areas, mostly dwelling projects started to constructed. Also after pandemic begins, popularity of north side increased, and day by day, more dwellings and more residential areas started to design and construct. But not only residential areas are designed. Because of population increase, the people needed more areas like recreational, educational, leisure, sports, and commercial. This is how construction sectors are related with the others. Each year, more investors coming to Antalya and create more important projects inside the city. And I will give you some examples from different typologies. The city always have less unemployment than Turkey. So this, if you compare with Turkey, so this brings more quality life in Antalya. And also this life quality and factors of tourism and construction brings more peace in the city. And the city becomes 57th safest city in the world, according to survey of Numbeo. From all over the world, this attracts investors, and it seems that city becomes larger safely. But don't worry, I won't only talk about Antalya itself. I would like to give some architectural examples from 3 different cities, which I think have same destiny because of tourism and construction business. tourism and construction business have an important role in their present economy and their future aspects. So this prevents architects, investors, contractors, interior designers, industrial designers, manufacturers, builders to give important examples in their business. And as architects, we are glad to take part of creating this architectural archive. Here I give some architectural examples which are under construction or in progress by our companies. First three examples are residential and urban renewal projects. Especially housing projects take an important role in construction businesses. The growth of the cities provide to design and renew residential areas. First example is from Antakya, not Antalya. I will explain that. Hatay municipality specified 26 areas which are becoming regenerate and modernized in becoming years, I think in 10 years. So this is the first area they specified. We worked on it. It's located on the north side of the city. They will renew the area, regenerate the area. And we designed 400,000 square meters closed area. After the project designs, almost 1,300 residential units will be constructed and more than 5,000 people will start to live inside them. But during the renewal of the area, not only residential units are designed, new recreational areas, sports fields, regional and social buildings, green areas, commercial units are integrated to the project area. This provides more comfortable lifestyle and most of all, and healthy neighborhoods. The projects presented to the mayor, and I think it's in progress and they will start to construct in the coming years. The previous project is from Antalya, like the previous one. The next project, sorry, is from Antalya, like the previous one. It is an urban renewal project. Balbey district, Balbey region is reconsidered and redesigned due to the old and unhealthy buildings. But the importance area is different than Antakya because Balbey region is the very first extension of Antalya city after Kaleci neighborhoods. So design process is organized carefully and all small details are considered. First important challenge was there were lots of old buildings inside and old and historical buildings inside the area. So as you realize, final project is designed to harmonize with old and historical area and historical buildings. While the buildings are refunctioned and modernized, nothing changed from the atmosphere. Besides that, the area will be more comfortable and healthy, which give more value to this area, to the city center, also to historical city center. The project presented to the municipality and expected to realize in the near future. And the next one is about the Döşemealtı, north of Antalya. It's now under construction. 56 dwellings are designed inside the area. So they have all private spaces, private areas, but also they have swimming, sports and social areas, common social areas. So it seems that the place will be more healthy, the space will be more healthy. And as you see, the materials are selected from the nature, which gives people more relaxed and peaceful mode. Like this sample there, more than 10 urban projects is now under construction on the north of Antalya. And the other project is from Istanbul about leisure and sports, which is really important for the city quality, the life of quality. It's on the north side of Istanbul, Çekmeköy. In Çekmeköy, there are lots of dwelling units and also primary and secondary schools. Because of that, investors planned a sports academy, which mostly focuses on students and also the people who are coming from outside of the city or the country. The academy integrated with the nature, with its natural materials and low-rise construction. It's now under construction, as you see, and next year it will accept its new guests, I think. And the last two projects are also from Antalya. Two different technology campuses are designed at the same time. These two examples, I think, show us how the city is growing and how the necessities are getting more important. First of it is inside Akdeniz University, the new campus, the new technology campus. We designed new office building and co-working center for technology companies and university students. There are lots of startups waiting for their new center for technology. They are on the line, I think. And this shows us actually how tourism and construction business affect directly to education and also to the researchers. So the other one inside the industrial zone in Antalya, it's really important project. It's a new technology campus. Again, we designed it and it's under construction. We hope so it will be finished in 1 year, and also starts up and technology companies are waiting to move inside it. So those are small contributions from our companies to the construction sector. But the cities I mentioned and the country at all gives us more and more opportunities with its growing economy and important know-how. I believe that Turkey and Spain improve their economic relations next year, and construction sectors in which both countries have a great experience will play an important role. We have a similar Mediterranean culture. We have similar geography and hospitality, I think, and I think we have a lot to share in the next years. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Teşekkürler.
Thank you so much. It's very pleasant to see the projects both in Antalya and Antakya. Antakya is a still pending destination for me to visit, hopefully sometime in the future. I guess the similarities between Turkey and Spain, especially Antalya and some regions of Spain, also explains why there are not so many Spanish companies there, let me say, in terms of tourism, mostly. But it's I have to say that Antalya offers more than just sun and sea. And it's very nice to see that it's also a quite industrialized city with all these R&D techno parks. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the most visited airports, thanks to all the charters coming from all around Europe and also Russia and all around the place.
Sorry, Mr. Yasemin, I have to add that I think in the provision of 2040, Antalya will become third city, have the most population, about the population. And I think it has a population more than 4 million. They are expected it. So it means that one more Antalya will be built. Because of that, I think the construction business especially will play a really important role in it.
I don't know if it's something good or bad, to tell the truth, because the crowd that the place has become, the kind of challenging it's becoming, but hopefully for good. Antalya is also...
Sorry, but I think we have an experience. We have experience about bad things happened. So I think the city could grow with healthy and with safely. It's my opinion, because we have a huge experience like from Istanbul, Izmir, Ankara, also from Antalya. I'm sure it will grow with beauty inside the city.
That's our most sincere hope. So thanks to you, thanks to architects like you and the Antalya Chamber of Commerce, I guess this can be achieved. The thing is, Antalya is not only good for the tourism, but it's also for agribusiness. That's why it attracts many companies from all around the world, especially in seed business. I don't only represent Spain, but also Holland. So we have our focus in Antalya in that case as well. So it's a very important city. We always talk about Izmir, Istanbul, Ankara, but I think it was a good idea to mention Antalya in that initiative. Now I'm passing to the questions and answers. We have a question, and they're asking specifically how they can contact with how the Turkish companies can contact with the Spanish companies interested in investing in Turkey, and also for the joint working areas. Actually, the reason why the whole reason why this chamber exists is that to create kind of a network and synergy that people can come together. So please feel free to write us from either Turkey or Spain with your projects, and we'll try to help you. We'll try to guide you to tell the truth. And among our members, we have very valuable contributors, consultant companies, construction companies. In any sector, you can find our members. So you can also contact them freely through their contact details in our webpage, or also ask for our help. And we'll be more than happy to help you in that respect. Any other question from any other participants? Would anybody else would like to add something from the speakers? Okay, so I understand that everything's clear. Thank you. Thanks you all the panelists for being with us today. It was a pleasure, and you made us feel that we missed being in the sea, in the sun. So. And hopefully in some near future, let's say. And we're at your service. Tarık here is working with us in the chamber, so please feel free and do not hesitate to contact us for any information you need about Turkey or Spain and our members. And we'll be more than happy to build bridges between the countries. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.